Hi,
Hi, everybody.
hi, peoples. Welcome to the live
Hi, people
stream.
from Alsto.
Yeah, this is Powercreep Alsto, June, July 2021. These jewels may
Mhm.
change the world. So we had a we had a new lotto just now, and there's a lot of changes. Also, an update recently. Um, but
Yeah,
we're gonna kill Occupy while we do this. So let's start a party recruitment.
yeah.
So
Let's see if anyone wants to
yeah,
join us too.
okay. So let's start recruiting
Sorry.
and let's enter. Oh, we could take this guy.
Yeah, enter.
Okay, Uriel. Advanced regular. He might
Oh,
be
okay.
AFK. Yeah, or maybe he's doing something else. That's fine. He can join anytime.
Yeah. If anyone wants to join us, let's
Yeah,
just say on the chat.
I'm gonna wait like 10 seconds just in case he follows us, and then we'll go in. Or yeah, let's just go now.
Let's see.
All right,
Let's
so we
see if
do
we
we
can
do have
find a hearing.
we do have some topics to discuss today. So we're going to talk about the new cheap level 8 cores for 100 points on Upper Solo Tower, the increasing power of $200 LR necklaces, and we're also going to talk about Alsto as a game in the past, current, and future. And if we have time later, we're also going to hopefully give some tips for new players on how you should build your
Hmm.
character considering all this. Uh, so, opening up the topic, we want to talk about the new cheap level 8 cores on Solo Tower. So,
Yeah.
just in June, just this last month, there was a new update to the game, and they added item to the upper tower exchange, which is a solo dungeon. You know, you do.
Hmm.
So it's something every player does to grow. But now you can get level 8 cores there, really a lot cheaper than you
Yeah,
could
very
before.
easy.
Yeah. So, what's your thoughts on this, Raybaka?
About me? My
Yeah, what do you think
myself?
about it, baby? Yeah, these new level 8 cores.
I think it's very good because what I think is like this that now the player have a lot of damage more than like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, and
Mhm.
when we started, when the game started, and it's very hard to catch up, especially for the new players, and also for
Yeah,
the elder player. Like for example, me and you. We
yeah,
quit this game for 1 year to play Dragon Raja, and uh, and it was very hard to catch up, you know. So
yeah,
um, with this new course, the first things you do is actually going to do the main tower, the upper tower, and even if you are a noob or a new player, I mean, especially a new player, you can do at last level 40 or level 50 of the tower. So it's very easy to get those scores in order to catch up with the player that are actually playing for 1 year.
yeah.
This is something that the dev did well, you know. It's very easy
Considering
to catch up
power
with the
creep,
level 8.
yeah, this is good power creep, good for new players. They don't have to spend any money,
Yeah, they don't
and
have to
they'll,
spend any money, and
yeah,
actually is good because also the player that don't want to play anymore. Maybe they get bored or
Mhm.
something else and they want to just quit the game, can actually think about re-enter and replay again alchemia
Yeah,
story without being lazy and without thinking, oh, maybe I cannot catch up with the player that actually are playing this for 1 year.
yeah, and
But with this,
actually,
they get an incentive.
yeah, and they just released B9 content, and this before it, you really couldn't get into B9 uh, in any short time without either knowing exactly what to do or the casual player would have
Mm-hmm.
trouble. But with these level 8 cores, it gives casual players more power. Lets free players, get more access to more stuff and have just more fun in the game. Okay, let's talk about the next topic. Um, this lotto, the I forget
Yeah,
the exact name,
the
but it's
lotto.
it's the necklaces. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I've got the math here. Okay, so we did crunch the numbers, and we calculated the cost
Mm-hmm.
to get each of these things. So we're gonna run down those numbers with you guys real quick.
Yeah.
So okay, so buying an F pack is in my
Mm-hmm.
region. I got an F pack for
Yeah.
$79.99. Buys 12,500 gems, and you get 156 gems for about $1 for buying that F pack. So that's if you're buying the F pack. You're buying the big one, not just buying the little ones and not getting a good deal. This is
Mm-hmm.
buying the largest you can at the best price possible. That's about $2 for a pull since you're getting 150 gems $1 because it's 300 a
Yeah.
pull. So let's talk about the drop rate next to get what it's going to cost to
Yeah.
get this. It's uh, zero point 0.2 to get a specific necklace. And let's be real here, everyone's going for the dash necklace. Although there's other
Yeah.
useful
The
ones, the
better
dash
one.
necklace is the prize. At 0.2%, that means 500 chances. That's 500 pulls at $2. That's
Mm-hmm.
$1,000. $1,000. Okay, so anybody that's been playing mobile games for a while remembers Castle Clash, the $900 Minotaur character, and I forget there was some other ridiculous one before that, but this is it's not good to do this, to your players. And
Mm-hmm.
not just making a baseless claim. And let me explain in more detail why I think it's not good to charge that much. The rest of those uh, necklaces are pretty trash compared to the free Fafnir earrings. So they're kind of just bait, and you're charging your best and most loyal clientele, the only ones that can hit the damage
Yeah.
upper of the dash earrings, the only ones that would want to buy it, your
Yeah.
best and most loyal clients. You're charging them $1,000 for this arbitrary doubling of power that requires no skill, no dedication, just fork out $1,000 to double your power. And this is why I uninstalled Pocket Legends that I was whaling an
Yeah.
account
Me
on.
other game.
I had an endgame bird with all the gear, all the stuff, and level 1 characters could buy a pet and have twice my stats. This is the kind of thing that
Yeah.
this direction it's going, and like a little power creep is fine to keep it interesting, but this is not like level 8 cores on solo tower interesting. This is like
Mm,
this is the bad kind. This is like Minotaur from Castle Clash. You know that
yeah, this
makes
is
people
like
uninstall your game
tricking.
bad. Yeah. Okay. So what do you think about it, Raybaka?
Yeah, what I think is like this is the same exactly as you. Usually, the power creep and things like this are done in order to make the clientele enter on your game and play your game, to make the audience, you know. You
Yeah.
usually try to do this kind of things in order to have a lot of audience, to make the people interested on your game to play your game. But when it's done like this, is completely different because it's like you are trying to trick your most affectionate clientele that is
Yes.
actually spending a lot of money with your game and in your game in order to get power, but actually freaking it because you can actually have the same amount of power and even more with a free hearings,
Disenfranchises
which is the fact.
the people that work hard, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like for example, if it's me, if it's about me, I spend a lot of money in this game, you know, and then suddenly a necklace appear like this, like the dash necklace. Is the dash
Yeah.
earrings or necklace? I don't remember. Is a necklace or earrings?
Yeah.
Because I didn't check.
I don't know. They're earrings. Yeah.
Ah, the earrings. Yeah.
Earrings. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the earrings. Very good. Let me pull that. And then I will
one
start to
thousand
spend one
dollars.
thousand dollars
Yeah.
for 2%, 0.2 percentage to achieve that necklace
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
those earrings that I want. And why I should do that when I can get the same power, the same amount of power with the Fafnir earrings?
Yeah. If you
It's
look
like
at
making fun of us.
if you look on the internet and you see what is the law about this, and Japanese law about gotcha and rates is really self-regulated among the market. So, you have people doing good things and people doing bad things, and it's like the honor system. So, if self regulating means if a company is doing bad things, the people in
Yeah.
charge of the regulating these industries expect their competitors to deal with them. And I'm not going to comment about the system. I'm not an expert on Japanese politics, although I know this much about what the law is that uh, with these
Yeah.
gotchas, you don't always get what they say is there. For instance, the carpet.
No, I know about that.
I think we were gone for a year, and it seems like this might have been fixed, but I'm not saying for sure. But before, the carpet drop percentage seemed to be like a percentage of some percentage instead of this flat amount.
Uh-huh.
And I think a lot of people concur with me on that. But I've been farming a lot with it since I came back, and I can't really be sure about that anymore. But that's all I want to say on
About
that subject.
your
Yeah.
drop rate?
Yeah. I just want to warn people about gotcha
Mm.
systems and it says 0.2%, but it could
Mm.
be lower, and just that, just be
Yeah.
careful. Just be careful. And if it looks like something like this, and the dash earring is really
Yeah,
good,
you're gonna have to
but
trust
don't go
right away.
spend your rent money on it. Don't just be
Yeah.
aware. Yeah, be a cautious investor. But I'm not a financial channel. Okay. But anyway, on
Be
to
a
the
good
next
investor and
subject.
no.
Yeah. that was my speech. Sorry, that's the rant part of the show, guys. That's the rant part. We're moving on to the more fun
Yeah, because it's
discussions. Yeah, go ahead.
something to rant about. It's
Yeah, we
something
did.
to rant about.
Yeah,
To rant about because when you spend a lot of money in a game in order to achieve some power and you actually have the same amount of power from something that is free, it's like you feel a little bit tricked, you know,
yeah,
especially when you want to get that object and it's like making you spend a lot of money on that object and you don't get it.
yeah,
But that's why the people have to be aware on spending a lot of money because the percentage to get is like very, very low.
yeah.
You don't get that item. You will get a lot of trashy item that actually Fafnir earrings are still better.
Imagine you
I
spend
personally,
$3,000 because, to be honest, the
yeah.
drop rate could be lower than point 0.2, and the legal repercussions for them doing that are not really that bad. Is what I'm saying here from my
Hmm.
expertise in this. Anyway, I don't want to get into
And
legal
I like
area,
to first of
but
all in Genshin.
yeah. Um,
They,
topic
tell
number
me.
3. Moving on anyway. Also, we want to talk about as a game as it was in the past, in the current, and the future concerning all this power creep.
Oh,
And then, if we have time, we actually have a part 2 for newer players. And we're going to be talking about all this subject concerning for newer players and what you can do as a new player. But first,
yeah.
before we get into that, uh, topic number 3, Alsto as a game in the past, current, and future. And we joined this game after the alpha, after the beta. It'd been out for like 6 months to a year when we joined, and I downloaded it because I liked the housing, and I was really into housing and other RPGs. So when we
You
came
got the
in,
hard side.
the end game was it was before B2. We joined before there was even B2 ousia farming, and people were making ousia by killing duroc on beginner, intermediate, or advanced, and farming
Oh,
duroc
I remember.
day and night, all day and night, endlessly, and
I fell
I,
asleep on there.
it was really a boss ticket gated gearing, and you really couldn't get ousia because think about B2, it does not cost boss tickets, so that's why it's hot sauce after that. But you know that era ended when basement came and there was B2, and if you remember,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that was it was a whole different game when basement released.
Minutes of B2, I
It was
remember.
like we felt like we had an end game. Yeah, what do you remember about your first day or first week on basement?
Well, first of all, I remember I entered in this game because I was attracted by the character design. It was like a very good fun a very good game for fun, you know. One of the first best. And actually I liked Asobimo because I was playing Iruna. I didn't play Toram, but I played Iruna.
Yeah,
And well, there are a little bit of difference between this and Iruna, especially on the gameplay. But I still like because I did a lot of friends, I meet you, and everything else. About the B2, especially, I remember how much time we farmed actually B2. That was like the end game, 15 minutes to to kill that salamander and everyone focusing on the crystal. And I think everyone remember about that because it was really, really hard.
yeah.
And farming obviously.
I spent days and nights. Oh, the I pretty much lived there with the salamander. once
Yeah,
that
remember? You did
released.
a lot of
Yeah.
ousia there.
Oh my god, every
And
day.
you have
Oh,
that's why you still have a lot of power even now.
what one thing I remember is a trick engineers would do is you would have a deck you could use on auto, enter the battle, fall asleep during the battle, and then wake up right at the
Mm-hmm.
end. And that way you could grind a little bit longer and keep going sleeping. Oh, it looks
Good
like
your tricks. I never did.
someone joined in from the party recruit.
Oh, okay. Oh my god. Oh yeah. I thought I was almost dying.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
well,
I got it down to like 64 HP at one point or something like that. I got the revive potion, so I'm cool.
yeah, me too. I have a lot of revives. When we
Yeah.
start, since we paused this game for 1 year, when we returned, we had a lot of welcoming gift, which is also another good things, about the welcoming gift. The welcoming, it's another incentive in order for the new player or old player to restart to game, to play this game. But uh, what I remembered was I remember obviously the dungeon, like the fire cave. Now we have obviously other dungeons, but well, it's pretty much the same. The only difference is the power
Mm.
now more. There were no pay jam and things like this.
Oh, it's dead. Sorry, I was recruiting that person. Uh,
Okay.
I didn't catch
Yeah.
that last sentence. Oh, here's
I
Uriel.
said, remember obviously the dungeon. Obviously, I remember the pretty much is like the same. The only difference is the power creep and the lotto,
Yeah,
which there were not paid gem back then. Everything was almost for free in order to
yeah,
make the audience interested in play this game and make everyone interested
yeah.
to play this
Uh,
game. Oh, there.
our our number three is changing job on a bull, so I'm gonna wait here a moment. Let me check if Uriel is still on the party. It looks like he
Is
disbanded.
there?
Yeah. So we're waiting for 15. And anyway, back to the
Oh,
topic. After B2, the next big change to the game was in September 2019. There was the massive DUL changes to Tier 2. And if you remember, this
yeah.
was when the Moonlight Fencer job was introduced at the same time in September.
Yeah.
And this is when people started clearing floor 90 that weren't uh, whale players or hardcore. And it
Mm-hmm.
started becoming like, people got strong.
Hero.
Hero, yeah.
Second,
Also the
the
advent of
hero.
Hero, yeah. Which is something else because now fresh level 60 players can cast average and dauntless and farm things that they never could farm without months of dedication. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
after the
I
DUL
remember.
changes, then they added the Akashic, Tier 3 idea, and Hestia weapons. And we were kind of playing Dragon Raja, Genshin, and some other stuff. So we were getting wrapped up on 10
Yeah,
cent games. Yeah. Maybe 10 cent
yeah,
is a
because
bad word on a.
hero,
Go ahead.
yeah, hero was released in order to do the things that actually are only playable with a party. I ever said, if you remember, I ever say that hero is actually one job.
Yep.
There is to play on solo. This was it was specifically programmed in order to play solo and to do the tower, to make the people that don't have a lot of power to climb the tower. And
Yeah.
because the tower is actually what it makes you stronger. Since now we have the level 8 core, but back then there weren't. But
Yeah.
still, it was uh, what it makes you be stronger. And
Yeah.
that's why the tower have to be done. And when I remember back then that I was using the assassin, I did a lot of daggers for the assassin. It was the end game job.
Yeah.
Everyone was playing assassin. Suddenly,
B2.
Hero arrived, and
Yeah.
oh my god,
September 2019. Yeah. The game changed completely.
everything changed. A lot
Yeah.
of players didn't want to play anymore this game,
And
because they
then
were
there
focusing
was
so much on doing the
the
assassin.
ban. Yeah.
No,
Where,
before the ban, I think many players didn't want to play anymore because they were so much focusing on the assassin, like I did. The
yeah.
assassin, remember,
Yes.
doing a lot of daggers, quarter daggers, and then suddenly Hero arrived, and everyone was, "Oh shit, what I have to do
Yeah.
now?"
Some people were butthurt.
Work.
Yeah, that new players were out
Hmm.
damaging their months of work. That's kind of like what's happening now. Although I'd say Hero is also, like the level 8 cores, a positive side of Power Creep because free players had access to it.
Yeah,
Although, yeah,
exactly,
so there,
exactly.
nevertheless, people are butthurt, like they will be about the level 8 cores, even though they're good. So, there's always crusty people. And, they have valid arguments of their own. Uh, and in the future, this game, the population might change, might go up, might go down. There's a tier 3 released every 3 months, and there's still no customer support unless you speak Japanese, even though they understand the word dollars
Okay.
and euros pretty well for some reason. But there's
Yeah,
what do you think about that?
I think that they are too much actually caring about the Japanese players only. But I mean, I don't
Yeah.
want to bash the devs of these games because they are actually doing a good
Yeah,
jobs, even
actually,
for the international player.
yeah, it's natural that they should treat their server better. I think that's good. That's how it
Not
should be.
so natural
But
for me.
yeah, that there is a certain point, yeah, where it's like one thing players may not know about, and I want everybody that tunes in to listen to this part. The devs actually made the drop rate for duroc in that duroc era before B2 a lot lower drop rate because the developers thought that we could do that higher amount of grinding, that it would be good for us. And this is a sort of morality preaching and morality testing that they did during the ban. Although they had their good reasons to do the bans, the mass bannings, because they were getting rid of a lot of hackers that infested every guild, every top guild, full of
Mm.
hackers,
You know what I
including
think about that.
good and bad players were doing it. And, I also got a level 3 ban, so I'm not a saint either. Ha ha ha. Anyway, uh, kind of going
Yeah,
into
no, I mean, yeah,
yes,
you know what I think about this is natural if that you have a lot of more love about your country,
yeah,
but in terms of enterprise or business,
yeah,
you have to treat everyone equally. And I know that they have Japanese server at a lot of higher drop rates compared to international servers.
oh, let's go.
And
Let's enter the circle
yeah,
for occupy. Yeah. Okay. And you
yeah.
were talking about
And
the international. Yeah. Go on.
yeah, I was saying that there is a higher drop rate for the Japanese server than
Yeah.
international because they want to test our morality. But
Yeah.
test our morality in a game is completely. I mean, you cannot test the morality inside a game. You
It's
you have
it's
to test it
immoral to do
outside.
that. Yeah.
Not, it's
Yeah.
immoral to do that. You
But
cannot like. if we have to talk about the ban,
Hi,
they
peoples.
put a
Hi,
candy,
chat.
or it looks like they put a gun and tell a person which has suicidal tendencies, like, "Hey, shut the
Mm,
gun."
yeah.
It's like when they did about vow.
Hmm.
And in order to get freed from the hacker, they get freed also they get freed also to their loyal player that spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
That was not a good thing.
They
It was
did.
not a good step.
They banned their highest paying customers. You know.
And about the future, what I think about the future, yeah, the future will be like any other game. Game says usually like 6 years, 5 years life, because there are a lot of other games that usually come out, and the
Yeah.
audience will move to their game, but still
It's a unique
they have
game.
to.
It's a unique game, and there's things Alsto has that no other game has, like Minecraft God mode, and I'm talking about housing here. Like it's like playing Minecraft, but you can just put things wherever you want, however you want. It's actually a really nice housing
Mhm.
system, although it's much more work than Chinese games like Dragon Raja or Revelation, or pretty much any other housing game. I'm not sure on Torrent,
Yeah,
but I think it's the
Genshin,
same.
there is also housing system too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you know,
And
else,
also what I like about the
yeah. Tell me
yeah, talk, talk, talk.
the
You can
unique
talk.
the unique things about Alsto that makes it different from other games. Like that it's a traditional RPG. Uh, it's I think of traditional RPGs as like games about algebra, and it's fun though, and it's a great looking game, and I actually like math, kind of a math nerd, so I love these traditional
What I think
RPGs
he
too.
has,
Yeah,
mm,
as a unique
what
game,
I think,
yeah, that no other game has. It has the best
mhm,
character creation uh, for the market it was in when it started. Although, it's obvious the technology has really improved. For instance, Tencent developers using Unreal Engine on mobile games, and
yeah,
they can do PC level stuff on mobile phones, as well as the increasing
yeah.
technology. We have to remember that Alsto's like been for over 4 or 5 years in the making, and development started even probably much before that.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did a really good job. I mean,
So
they were like
yeah,
the pioneers about the mobile game, which was not actually an otome games or something else. They
yeah,
were pioneers first with Iruna, because I think you never played Iruna, but Asobimo did a great job with Iruna, because
yes,
Iruna was very big world and a lot of character
yeah,
personalization. In here is a lot more, because the core, you can actually choose a job, but you
hmm,
can modify that job. Like you play Zodiac, but you can play tanky, you can play healer, you can play. It's very versatile. And this is
hmm,
something that usually on many other game, no. And even in Dragon Raja, for example, the
yeah.
Blade
Dragon
Master is
Raja.
still tanky. You can do a little more damage, but it's not the same kind of personalization that you can have in Alchemia story. And one another things that this game has that usually the other games doesn't have is boss the boss. How can I explain this? The boss are very different, you know. You don't have to do
It
the
was
same
fun,
things
right?
or attack
Yeah.
the same way
No, let's be honest.
because
Alchemia's story dungeons totally blow. They're boring, and I actually use them to help me fall asleep. If I'm if I'm having trouble
yeah, but
conking
when
out, I just go into BCM and I'm out in the third room. You know, I fall right asleep.
I know I know, but what I was
Yeah,
talking about was different. I was saying
Dragon
about
Raja
the
is
boss.
fun.
It's
Yeah,
a good thing.
you move.
No, I was saying that.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Yeah,
I
go
was
ahead.
saying that. I was saying that the boss in Akemi story are very different, you know, from the other boss in the other games. Let's take Genshin, for example. Usually the pattern of the boss is still the same. You have to escape, you have to evade, you have to do this kind of things and that
Yeah,
to
it's like
evade the boss
Torim.
attacks.
Yeah.
But in here, you have a difference, you know. For example, in B2, the crystal, you don't have to hit the crystal. If you hit the crystal,
Hmm.
you die. Or in the other level, the charming the cat is something that you have to think about because no one explained to you how to
Yeah,
do it. You have to
charming on
work with your
B5.
party.
Yeah, with the Sharon
You have
now.
to work with your party,
Yeah, and
and this is good.
it's the coordination of old school, people that come from WoW or Final Fantasy 11 and remember spending hours in town going over, do you have this skill? Okay, let's go get some money to buy you this spell so we can go kill this monster. And it wasn't just like auto
Yeah,
match go. Although I really do like the auto matching of this party system we have now that we're demonstrating here, the new party finder. It's
yeah,
it's
because
great.
this
It's
boss
great.
was released.
Yeah,
This boss was released like one of the very
yeah,
like I think 2 years ago, 1 years ago.
yeah.
I think 2.5 years ago. By the way, at the beginning, you have to really know what to do and work with your parties, with your party in order to know how
Hmm.
to not die, which is a good thing,
Yeah,
something that it's unique of this game.
yeah. It's fun to work together and to take a team that's so weak and cobbled together and to turn it into this fierce, like, sharp sword that's just barely enough to cut through the boss when it works together.
Hmm.
It's really exhilarating, and to finally pass that boss you
Yeah,
fought for 3 hours. Although it can be a
I
headache,
think the
but
most
that's why we love it.
exhilarating.
Yeah, the most exhilarating.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
funny part of this
yes,
game is not actually farming the boss, it's creating the party,
yeah.
which is like, which is the real end game of this game.
No,
Creating a
no,
party and talk to the
furniture.
other player.
We all know furniture
Ah, yeah,
is
the
the end game.
furniture.
Your akashic may cost you a few million gold, but your house should cost you a few billion gold. And if you really want to show off your character and your wealth, you gotta build a nice crib. Okay, so I think we have time for
Yeah.
part two today. You want to go into part two?
Okay. Okay.
And we have a part two here because my channel's always been about like just recording my gameplay or making guides for like basement. Uh, I started out just making guides to save time on training people for basement, but now it's just kind of more educational for newer players. So we want to give a guide to the newer players about um, starting as a new player with
Mm-hmm.
all the knowledge of this power creep that's come in. And I want to give a disclaimer before we start this guide that this is not the fastest method to grow. But this is a way to focus and get the mindset and prioritize tasks so that you can play and have time also for work and social life. And you're not
For your
thinking like,
life.
oh, I have 200 things to do and I'll never be as strong as Becky. And oh my God, I just gonna uninstall
And
the
how
game.
to
No, we
catch
don't.
up with the other
You don't want to get
players.
like that. You got to stick to a list like this so that you have structure to grow your character. And it's not. This isn't a test. There won't be a pop quiz. We're just gonna give you a few like tips. So you can kind of keep in mind the direction to go in. So the number one cardinal rule, and this is the gospel for getting stronger in Alsto, is that you must complete any available main quests. Must complete those main quests. And the reason
Yeah, the main
is
quest is
that
the first one.
the best places to get stronger in a faster way, in the interest of time, are all locked behind main quests. So that's the number one
Mm-hmm.
rule and the big poster on the wall for the new character that wants to get stronger is more main quests means more experience points. And once you get stuck on a main quest, because it will happen, you cannot progress through all the main quests without stopping to grind unless you're doing something that casual players don't do. So I'm talking to the casual players here. Once you get stuck on a main quest, follow this list until you can return to the main quests. So here's the list, guys. And maybe I got one or two things out of order. And the disclaimer again, this isn't the fastest way, but I'm telling you, like, this is a way to think. And before we get into it, I want to say there is a way that's been taught in this game for a long time that is completely wrong and counterproductive to newer players. And that is,
Mm-hmm.
you start the game and you hear from everybody, go max all your jobs. And I'm telling you right now, do not do this. If you follow this advice, it's well meaning, well intended advice from players that do know how to grind well, but they're not telling you the full thing. You should max your jobs, but you should do it at a speed that works for you. Because one more thing I have to get into is that when you're a new player, you have a triple buff. And you get triple, I think it's for 1 month, maybe it's 3 months, I'm not sure. But you need to consider this how much playtime you're going to have. Because if you burn out, you're going to hate the game and uninstall it. So, what I'm saying is if you have a job, if you have school, don't go max all your jobs. Just do what you have time for, have fun, and enjoy the game. Because it's a game after all, and we're playing it to have fun.
Yeah,
And
it's not a job.
if you're very competitive and you want to get stronger, and that's the way you have fun, then I'm telling you, yes, max all your jobs, but to do it in this order because this will make it faster than actually
Yeah,
just stopping and making them all to 50 is actually going to take longer than if you follow this path, which is geared at saving time. So number one on the list, when you get stuck on a main quest and you
mm-hmm.
cannot progress on main quests, this is the path you take. Oh, I think I'm almost dead. On occupy. Okay, so you
Oh,
got
wait a
stuck.
moment.
You got stuck on a main
Yeah.
quest. You got stuck on a main quest, and you don't know what to do to get stronger. So number one, you should be going to like in front of coal mine or the highest experience ground you can get to, and get all your rank ones to 25. You get all your rank 1 jobs to 25. And the reason for that is because of the diminishing return of experience that you gain for time spent farming, you're going to get the most return for getting them up to 25, where you get a significant amount of stats from each job. So this is based on a curve
Mm-hmm.
of how much time to experience to stats you get. So taking them to 25, and then number two, if you get stuck on main quests with all your rank ones at 25, number two, you want to go back and take your rank twos to 25. So this is going to take much significant amount of time, much more significant, and that's why it's next on the list. Is because to get all your rank twos to 25, you're going to have to stop and grind rank ones to 40, and then unlock the rank 2's job quest, which is going to also require resources, time farming materials needed, as well as time researching on the internet and Discord how to complete these quests. So, uh, sorry, I'm getting kind of long winded here, but in summary, it's rank 1s to 25, and then rank 2s to 25, which will involve some ranks to 40, or some rank 1s to 40. And then at this point, your strategy's significantly gonna change. At number three, you need to get your hero job unlocked. You have all your rank 2 jobs at
Yeah.
25. You have all your rank 1s at 25. And the rank 1s that unlocked rank 2s are at 40. Now you want to unlock hero and get it to level 60 to unlock hero's average skill. This is the most important thing to get those level 8 cores on the solo tower.
Yeah, to rank on the
This
tower.
this is when you can start getting those cores. This is your number 3, and you need your rank 1s and your rank 2s at level 25 for this hero build to start doing damage and save you time farming. Because remember, this is about time, not power or skill. It's about time. So your rank 1s at 25 and some at 40, your rank 2s at 25, and your hero's now level 60. So now you can do average and dauntless and 4 attacks, and now you have access to the beginning end game content. You can start farming level 8 cores on the solo upper tower, which is the Tower of Time, which is also main quest locked. So with this level 60 hero, you can also progress to almost the best hunting grounds. And if you spend money, you can get there now. You can get straight to the best experience hunting grounds with your level 60 hero, and you spend a little money. After that, you're buying the level 8 cores, and you're now into the end game farming. You can comfortably settle into gearing for end game with your job of your choice, um, but you're using your level 60 hero to farm, you know. And you get your hero to 70, keep farming with it. This is important. This is next. Get your hero to 70 next. And then
Mm-hmm.
you by this point you've played the game, you know, maybe 3 days and you did this, maybe 1 day, some people can do this, but you should figure out what tier 3 you want to use to farm. So you're picking a tier 3, and this is before you're maxing your jobs still. Your jobs are not maxed because this is a big time waste. Maxing jobs, some people can do it in a day or two, but some people take 6 months or longer. So that's why I'm saying it depends on your play
Because they are
speed.
focusing on one
Yeah,
job each.
yeah,
Because
but
they are focusing too much on level up one job until level 60, then level up the second job until level
yeah,
60,
jobs that you
and the
won't
other one
use and
until
don't
level
need the
60 again.
stats. Yeah, and you're
And they
spending
don't get the
like
stats.
20 hours for 1 HP stat is not efficient use of time. So next, after you get hero to 70, you want to level any tier 3 job up to 90. And once you have a tier 3 at 90 and you just want to shut yourself in solo mode and fountain and just grind up to 90 with it, you know, This is going to be your job for the next however long it takes you getting that job to 90. Then you can switch from your hero to your job of choice that you want to grind with. And I definitely recommend doing a DPS first. You should your first job should be a DPS just for in the interest of time, you know. If you keep making shields, you're going to grow slower and slower. So you want to make a DPS, you want to make a Kaiser or a Zodiac or DPS Priest, whatever weird build you want to do. And yeah, this is just a suggestion to grow fast. If you really want to do tank, I don't recommend it for people. I think tanks should really be like paid players and guild leaders and people that have support network. But if you want to be a tank, go for it. My first character was a tank in my first MMO, and I really regret it, but I did it. You know, but I don't recommend it to new players. There's also shaman now and more DPS being released. So just DPS is the most fun one. I'm telling you, people. Anyway, after this, you have your level 90 job. This is when you want to not max your jobs, but start raising them to plateaus. At level 40, there's a plateau, and level 46 and level 50, you get stats, specific stats, and you're going to aim for them in a calculated manner so that your growth is faster. You get farm some B2 weapons at this point for your rank 3 on ousia. Max some of your R1 and R2 jobs as you have time up to 40. You get times 3 experience for your first month, so use this accordingly for the type of playstyle that you are. If you're casual or hardcore, you might want to max everything before this month ends and your triple wears off. But at this point, you're in endgame farming for B2 weapons with your R3, maxing jobs as you have time. Take your time, and then start buying level 7 cores on Stem Tower from
Mm-hmm.
B7 if you still need help gearing up past into like B8, B9. All right, so that's my speech, and I'm gonna run down everything real quick in the list in order because I kind of rambled on for a bit there. But this is the order. Do the main quest first. Then number 1, get rank 1s to 25, rank 2s to 25, level hero to 60, farm upper tower, buy level 8 cores on solo upper tower, and then get your hero to 70, pick a tier 3, level it all the way to 90, and at this point, it's up to you what you want to do. If you want to rank all your
I think they
uh,
have to restart
rank
with a
1
lot
and
of
rank 2 to 40s, or grind more B2 at this point. But you should have all your jobs maxed and be farming B2 at the same point. And then you're done. Then you're strong. Yeah. Anyway, sorry
yeah, it's
for the
exactly
long
because
monologue,
many people.
but yeah, I'd like to have your input on it, baby.
What?
I'd like to have your input because that's the end of the list. So I'd like to have you give your thoughts too on how new
Yeah, I
players
can tell
should
about
use
my
this new
experience.
data.
I start with the warrior and the
Also,
knight,
me.
which gives me a little bit more defense. As a rank 1 and as a rank 1, I start with knight because it gives me a little bit more defense in order to start to do the main quest. Also because you need a little bit of defense also to do the main quest content, especially when you have to kill some boss or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but
that's a
usually
useful information for new
start
players. Is that
yeah,
the defense in this game
yeah,
is probably the best stat, and I know that most experienced raiders will say no. Obviously, in every game, HP is the most important stat, and that's true.
also, but
That's
the thing,
true in the very advanced raids, but you really got to focus on defense for you and your mercenary Yome character. You need to build your defense primarily, and that will give you access to harder and harder raids. But of course, as a DPS, you need attack. Go on, Bella.
Yeah, and the defense is the at the beginning, and HP obviously is the first main stat you want to unlock. So if you want to do the first rank, I think
Yeah,
the first rank should be the rank one. It should be like at the beginning, warrior rank knight.
yeah.
But
If
actually,
your
going
first
from
job
wait,
to do
wait,
main quest should be warrior, if you just want to grow quickly, because warrior just has the highest base stats for cheesing through easy early main quest. Just like in any game, the big strong guy. Oh,
yeah,
did you reset
and
the? Hold on.
no, wait a moment. I didn't finish what I was saying. Wait a moment.
Oh, sorry. I was having some technical difficulties, and it looked like the stream connection was a little unstable. But looks like we're okay here. And go ahead. We were talking about uh, a path for new
Yeah, no, what I
players
was
to
saying.
grow stronger. And you were saying how defense and HP is important just to survive as a new player, to survive against boss attacks. But I want to point out too that you should have good attack also. To grow, you need
I know.
damage. You need good damage, and to always grow your attack and your damage. Yeah. So you need everything. It's good. It's a balanced game, and you can build your character how you like. But these are just general recommendations from us. That, don't rush maxing all your jobs right away, and instead focus on getting your hero to get you some level 8 cores, and that'll pay for you to finance your tier 3 growth from a time investment point of view. Oh, part 2 is actually seemed to be like shorter than part 3. uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I was still talking, by the way.
Yeah, did you have something more you wanted to add? Because I'm.
Yeah, I was still talking. I was saying still what are my tips, you know? I was saying that yeah, you have to focus on Knight at the beginning, and actually after that unlock you like Yunche said, level up until 25, starting to farm because the hero usually is the first job that helps the new player to achieve the same power as older player, and it make it possible to unlock the upper tower, and the upper tower content are the one that helps you to level up faster, stronger, and with less effort, you know,
Yeah, it's perfect.
less effort, less time.
Very well said. Yeah. It's like
And
here.
start to do the basement at last until B2,
Yeah.
because the B2 is what it makes you have at last 2 or 3 ousia. I know now are a little bit obsolete because there are a lot
Yeah.
of more weapons,
You're
but
right.
still the ousia are
Mhm.
the weapon. Still, the ousia are the weapon that all the player can do and can help you to have some stats with less effort.
Mhm. And you're right.
There are a lot of
Hero was like created as a fan service job for us, and it was like a gift from the developers saying like, "We're sorry that we made your drop rates so low. Have the hero class as an apology." So this is a gift to us guys to farm. Like, for
I know.
instance,
Just want to get that.
I'm a completely magic built character, and I still have a hero job and akashic and weapons for it saved because it's just that good. You know, it's even though I use my zodiac most of the time, I still dust off my tier 2 hero for the Yashiro Azuki event recently. You know, but it's great. This is a job for new players too,
Hmm.
especially. It's a fan service for us to get these level 8 cores. It
I never
fits.
liked the Magic Factor.
Yeah.
For those that know.
Yeah, but with there's new damage upper limit builds so that it can work. But before it didn't work because the animation was too slow. And Magic Fencer against bosses with an element, it was the lowest tier DPS. But against things
Mhm.
that were non-elemental or bosses with multiple elements, uh, Moonlight
Yeah,
Fencer
maybe it's
actually
good.
it wasn't that bad. It wasn't lowest tier on those types of bosses, so I'm not gonna knock it. I think it was great. You know, I like faster animation jobs though. I don't really like Meteor, but
Yeah,
whatever. It's so
yeah. I
slow.
usually use
Uh,
try to
yeah.
work much on the skill that are faster and stronger. Well, I
Oh yeah.
prefer the skill that are powerful, yeah, even if
Hmm.
they are slow.
Oh yeah.
So that's why I like hero as powerful skill, slow skill, but still powerful.
Yeah. Hero's so cool. Enough about Hero. Well, that's all I had for the live stream. Actually, if you want to give any last thoughts.
Yeah, this is what I said a lot of players, especially also when I was in Chaos, the bond leader. It's as you said, um, focus on the not focus too much on one job to level up onto max. Try to focus a little bit
Uh,
and switch the jobs. Switch the jobs and um get wow, I'm sorry.
the
Get
stats.
the
Yeah,
stats,
but
you know.
but
You now have the
slowly,
content. You
slowly. If you're a
wait a moment.
casual
Let me
player.
finish. I lose the sight of
Uh,
what I'm saying. Now you have the front end that can help you to level up more quickly, you know. So you can level up a level 1 jobs until level 50 very fast with the front end. But go level 25, switch job. Go level 25, switch job. Go level 25, switch job. Go level 25 and switch job. This is what you have to do.
yeah, I
In
like that.
order to get a lot of stats in few time, switch to tier 2, 25, and switch. This is what you have to do.
Yeah, then get your hero.
Because it's better to achieve more stat in less time that one stat like damage upper limit that makes you slower because you have to level up that class until level
Yeah,
50,
and
60.
and I guess I do want to add one more thing is that some people main tier 2 jobs. And I say that you should unlock a tier 3, but if you want to main like hunter or bard, like do it. Like I think that's cool actually. And not to just take everything I say for granted. And I'm giving suggestions and I'm not either saying that my methods or Raybaka's methods are the best. We're just giving you an idea. So keep that
Tips.
in mind. Yeah, we're not the best, but this is a fast way to grow, and to just make it your own style. Change it how you want. Maybe you're
Yeah,
hardcore and you do
everyone
want to
can say on
max
the
everything.
comment
Yeah,
if they have some new idea. They can add on the comment here.
yeah, yeah.
Any other idea
If
is
if
good
you
to
have
discuss.
your own way to grow, leave that in the comments. And as a suggestion for the newer people that may see this later, and uh, it can help them, because, new players are the lifeblood of a game. And the success of a game is how many new players are coming and joining and creating the population. So, new players are the most
Exactly.
important. They're
That's
the
why the
most important.
guild don't have to
Yeah.
make. That's
Yeah.
why the guild and the people have to be respectful with the new player.
Yeah. Yeah. Treat them like human beings. Treat them like an equal. If you're really strong, don't act like it. Act like you're the same, because it's a human being behind that screen. And I know it's like a public service announcement at this point, but recently we've had cultural change in the game where veteran players are kind of uh, crusty around newer players. And I'm telling you, this is the wrong attitude. If you want Alsto to be a successful game, you need to do everything you can that you have time for. Now, I'm not telling you to go uh, power level everybody in 5K. Like, yeah, you can still go in solo mode and farm. But, if you have time, go power level them for a few hours. And you might make some minions to carry you in basement later. So, you know, cheers, everybody.
Mhm.
And happy playing in Alsto. Anything else you want to say,
Yeah.
baby? One more thing?
No,
Sorry.
nothing. Just greeting the audience and everyone who will
Yeah.
listen this.
Thanks for listening, guys. Sorry we get preachy, and just sometimes got some things we got to talk about. Talk about the hard things, you know. Anyway,
Mhm.
to the developers, thanks. We love this game. We wouldn't make this content if we didn't appreciate what you did, even though we disagree sometimes. So thanks to Asobimo, thanks to YouTube for hosting us, and thanks to everybody for watching. And special shout out to
Thanks,
15
everybody.
for farming with us, and also Uriel, who's outside cheering on us. And good night, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Hi. Ciao.
Ciao.